presents the Endurance Countdown.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Transmission.
The IRWIN Tools Endurance Countdown continues today. I'm Rowley from speedcafe.com. I've got Jack Perkins and Chris Jewell with me. Today we're talking about the Jack Daniels Racing Team, the number 7 and 15 entries, driven by Todd Kelly and David Russell, with Rick Kelly and his namesake Owen Kelly, no relation. Now, the cars last year, Chris Jewell, were fast at Phillip Island, but disappointing at Bathurst. Are we expecting something different this year?
Yeah, but then the previous year they were fast at Bathurst as well. Only rear end damage stopped them having a really good result there. I think they're in that next group of not the genuine fancied runners, but they could spring a surprise. Everything will need to work, and both of those co-drivers will certainly need to do their job. Of course, David Russell, well, he's having a lot of mileage during the course of this season. Owen Kelly, not as much. But yeah, look, they are in that next group and could spring a surprise. Podium at best is my estimation.
Now, you mentioned David Russell there, Chris. He has had a very strong season in the Fujitsu Series. Jack, you're racing against him. He's kind of running out of time, I guess, to cement a spot in the main series. He hasn't actually quite been able to do it. He's only made one main series start back in 2003 at Bathurst. So is that weighing on his mind?
Yeah, it would be. I mean, you try to not let your ambitions get mixed up with your capabilities. And in this instance, if you're trying to forge a career, you know, you don't want to put the race itself at jeopardy. And Todd's had a bit of a shocker of a year to his own standards. And if David's out there trying to forge a career, then, you know, they've got to make sure that the priority is to finish the car, bring it home strong, and see where they end up Sunday afternoon.
Owen Kelly, Chris, has been doing a lot of varied racing around the world, NASCAR, Grand Am. Will that help leading into these endurance races?
Owen tends to surprise every time he gets in the cars, because we all expect that he hasn't had much experience while we can't see what it is he's doing, and we don't really know what it is he's doing every day of the week. But he's a pretty solid sort of driver, and I just wonder whether perhaps the weakness he may have is just slightly less V8 supercar miles than some of the other multiple combinations there. But still a very strong performer with a good pedigree, and I think he'll certainly support Rick pretty well.
In the news of late, there was the announcement of Todd Kelly stepping back from his racing operations role. Jack, is that going to help him, you know, moving into these races and focus 100% on being a race car driver?
It should. The biggest thing, like I said, Todd hasn't been pleased with his year, and you know, he's normally one of the top 5, 6, 7 drivers in the field. So the biggest thing, the team need to be able to give the drivers consistent race cars, fast race cars. We know Rick's one of the best drivers, and Todd's obviously very good as well, but when they get to Bathurst, they're not going to know if the car's going to be competitive or not until the day's over.
We speak about the drivers, but there's so many more people who play a major role in these endurance races. Speed Cafe caught up with the engineer for car number 15, Adam Hardy. What's the challenges heading into your first season of endurance?
I think what's most important is to make sure that you roll out the truck with a decent car, and we're fairly confident that on harder tyres we should be regularly sort of every session in the top 5, so I think that's the most important thing. It's very important to get your strategy right and make sure that your co-drivers are up to speed.
That was Adam Hardy from Jack Daniels Racing. You're on the IRWIN Tools Endurance Countdown. Thanks, boys. We'll see you tomorrow.
When you've got a job to do and not much time to do it, you can't beat IRWIN Groove Lock pliers. With an innovative press and slide button, they adjust twice as fast as a regular pair of multi-grips. IRWIN Tools.